Captain Pip and the Whispering Cove 10-year-old Pip wasn't really a captain. Not yet, but he wore a slightly too big tricorn hat borrowed from his fisherman uncle, had a parrot-shaped whistle on a string round his neck, and his trusty ship, the Salty Sprat, was the sturdiest rowboat in Pebble Cove. His crew, just him, his scruffy terrier, Barnacle, and his best friend, Maya, who could tie knots better than any sailor. Their mission: find the legendary starlight shells. Old Man Finnegan, the cove's oldest fisherman, swore they existed, luminous pearly shells that glowed like captured moonlight, hidden on Whispering Isle, a tiny mist-shrouded island just beyond the jagged Dragon's Teeth rocks. Only the cleverest, bravest little pirates find M. He'd winked, tapping his nose, and they grant one true wish. Pip's wish, to sail his own real ship someday. Maya wished for a library full of adventure books. Barnacle just wanted snacks. Ready the oars, First Mate Maya, Pip declared, puffing out his chest. Set sail for Whispering Isle. Barnacle, keep watch for sea monsters. Barnacle barked importantly. The Salty Sprat bobbed bravely over the waves. Pip navigated using Finnegan's rough map, a scrap of parchment showing a seagull, 3 rocks and a big X near a cove shaped like a smiling fish. The Dragon's Teeth loomed ahead, sharp and dark. Pip's heart hammered like a drum, steady as she goes. He whispered, rowing with all his might, Maya guiding them through the narrowest gap where the waves were calmest. Barnacle wind, pressing close. They made it. Whispering Isle rose before them, cloaked in soft mist. It smelled of salt, wet earth, and something sweet like wild berries. The map showed the X near the Smiling Fish Cove. They beached the Salty Sprat on a crescent of pale sand. Treasure hunt time, Maya cheered, pulling out a small, dented tin bucket. They searched high and low, under smooth, sun-warmed rocks. Only crabs, in the roots of twisty sea pines. Just tangled seaweed, behind the waterfall trickling down mossy cliffs. Damp and cool, but no shells. Pip's shoulders slumped. Had Old Man Finnegan been teasing them? Was the treasure just a story? Just then, Barnacle let out a sharp yap and darted towards a cluster of giant, smooth boulders covered in velvety green moss. He started digging furiously at the base of the largest one. Good boy, Barnacle. Pip scrambled over. Maya joined him, brushing away the soft moss. Hidden beneath was a narrow crack, just wide enough for a small hand. Pip reached in, his fingers brushing something cool and smooth. He pulled out a single, ordinary-looking oyster shell. WJ, just a boring shell. Maya sighed. But Pip turned it over. Inside, clinging to the pearly lining, were 3 tiny, perfect shells. They weren't glowing yet, but they shimmered with faint, silvery rainbows in the dappled light. Look, Pip breathed. Starlight shells. They need the dark to glow. As if on cue, a cloud covered the sun. The little cove dimmed, and then ... magic. The 3 tiny shells in Pip's palm began to glow, softly at first, then brighter, casting a gentle silvery blue light on their awestruck faces. They looked like tiny, captured pieces of the night sky. "We found it," Maya whispered, her eyes wide as saucers. "The real treasure." Pip held the glowing shells carefully. He thought of his wish, a big ship. But looking at Maya's joyful face, at Barnacle wagging his tail so hard his whole body wiggled, at the peaceful, secret beauty of the cove, he knew the real treasure wasn't just the shells. It was the adventure, the teamwork, the secret island only they knew about. He carefully placed one glowing shell back into the mossy crack. "For the island," he said. He gave one to Maya. "For your library wish." He kept the last one, warm and bright, in his own hand. "For remembering." They rode back as the sun dipped low, painting the sky in oranges and pinks. The starlight shell in Pip's pocket pulsed softly against his leg, a secret warmth. He didn't need a big ship yet. He had his salty sprat, his best friends, and the greatest treasure of all, the memory of a perfect pirate adventure and the quiet glow of magic they'd discovered together. And sometimes on very dark nights, if you stood on the shore of Pebble Cove and listened closely, you might hear the faint, happy bark of a terrier, the splash of oars, and the soft, silvery whisper of shells dreaming of their next adventure.